Have you heard of this trend of using oven cleaner on furniture?
Not only do I think it's ineffective, I also think it's potentially really dangerous. Today, I'm going to share with you why I think you should not try this viral trend. My name is Clara. I'm a furniture flipper and a DIYer, and I care about my health, your health, and the health of the planet, and that is why I'm making this video. I'm not here to call anyone out. I hope that through making this video, we can just put an end to this practice that I think is really dangerous for a lot of reasons. This is a viral trend. It's one of those things where someone gets an idea and then it kind of spreads and spreads. I think people are really trying this because they want an easier way to get into the crevices and nooks and crannies of a piece of furniture. So I totally understand that you cannot really sand very well in little crevices or nooks and crannies. Putting Citristrip on or another chemical stripper can be pretty annoying because you have to paint it on with a paintbrush, you have to wrap it in saran wrap, and then you have to scrape it off. And it's not very effective to be scraping in those nooks and crannies. So that's another reason why I see people trying this. So I think that it's natural for people to want to have an easier way to get into those nooks and crannies. There's also a lot of different strippers on the market, and it's kind of hard to tell which one is the safest, which one is the most effective. So I'm just pulling up my computer here and I'm going to the Environmental Working Group website. This website gives information about different ingredients in different products, everything from skincare to cleaning products and things you might have around your house. It tells you what the ingredients are, and it also gives warnings and information about those different ingredients and provides sources to studies that have been done about those different materials. So let's go ahead and look here. I see under EVC off oven cleaners, there's a bunch of different ones. I'm going to start first with the heavy duty oven cleaner in fresh scent, and then we will move on to just the fume free because that one sounds like it might be a little safer. So starting with the easy off oven cleaner heavy duty, already it's getting a score of an F from the EWG. I haven't been in school for a while, but an F is not good. Then you can see here some of the different concerns about the product. So it says that asthma and respiratory issues are a concern, moderate concern. Skin allergies and irritation are of high concern from this product. Developmental and reproductive toxicity are of some concern. Cancer is a moderate concern, and environment is of low concern. About the environment, usually this is used indoors in an oven, but I've seen people taking this outside, spraying it down, and then it just goes God knows where. So I think that if this is used in the way that furniture flippers are using it outside, spraying it down off into the water, I would assume that it would be a bit more of an environmental concern than it is just having it inside your oven and wiping it down. Okay, so going down, looking at the product ingredients, you can actually see here what the ingredients are and some of the disclosures about them. So in this one, there's sodium hydroxide, which is also known as lye, which can cause skin irritation, allergies, could cause damage to vision, and have respiratory effects. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce this word. Can anyone help me out? Butoxydiglycol. For this one, there are moderate concerns for respiratory effects. So again, breathing it in could be really harmful. There's some concern for damage to vision, developmental, endocrine, and reproductive effects. I don't want those. Some concern for cancer, developmental, endocrine, reproductive effects, damage to DNA. What the heck? Respiratory effects, general systemic and organ effects, skin irritation, allergies, damage, nervous system effects, damage to vision. So those were all rated F so far for those ingredients. And the next two are rated F as well. So ethanolamine, help. High concern, again, skin irritation, allergies, damage. Some concern for respiratory effects, general systemic and organ effects. Some concern for chronic aquatic toxicity. So that seems like a concern for aquatic life. Animals that live in the water, animals and plants that live in the water. Nervous system effect, damage to vision, and then petroleum gases, liquefied, sweetened. Damage to DNA is a high concern. Cancer is a high concern for this ingredient, and then there are some concerns for developmental, endocrine, and reproductive effects. So you can go down, I will leave the links to all of these down in the description if you want to check it out on your own. If I click here on sodium hydroxide, it's going to take me to another page that's all about that ingredient. So it's showing sodium hydroxide. This substance ranges from A to F depending on concentration and usage. So here, they're showing all of the evidence that they've gathered for these claims. So a health issue causes severe skin burns and eye damage. The level of concern is high, and the source that they got this from is the European Union GHS hazard labeling codes. Causes skin corrosion. That's a moderate concern, and the source they got that from is the Center for Disease Control, CDC, and the NIOSH Pocket Guide to Chemical Hazards. And NIOSH is the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, and they're also one of the organizations that like rates the N95s, K95s, things like that. Okay, so petroleum gases, liquefied and sweetened. What? According to the EU here, all these are European regulators. It says it's harmful if inhaled. It can damage fertility to the unborn child. It can cause cancer. It can cause cancer. It can cause genetic effects. Like, again, this is an ingredient in oven cleaner. On the fume-free oven cleaner, it is a tiny bit better, seemingly, but it's still got a score of an F, so I'm not really interested in using that either. And so there are still concerns for cancer, respiratory effects, skin irritation, digestive system effects, allergies, damage to vision, chronic aquatic toxicity, nervous system effects. So again, you can check out a lot of the different things here. Or if you don't like this source or trust this source, you can look on the back of an Easy Off spray container for the ingredients, and then you can go online and type those ingredients in and find a reputable organization that has sources to back up their claims about like what those chemicals do. But while I might not be an expert on oven cleaners specifically, I do not, work for a chemical regulating company. I have a degree in environmental studies, and I know where to look for information that is reputable about things like chemicals. In addition to that, my dad is a certified industrial hygienist and has a lot of experience disposing of different chemicals and things like that. And so whenever I have a question about this stuff, I always ask him, and he always helps me figure out like what kind of gloves do I need to use to protect myself from a particular chemical, things like that. So there is more that goes into this than me just Googling it. All I know is I don't want this anywhere near my oven, anywhere near my body, or anywhere near my furniture. So part of the concern for me is like, okay, an oven is not porous. An oven is made of like metal on the inside. So the idea with this is you spray it, you wait a couple hours, you shut the oven, and then you wipe it down and then throw away the wipe. Wood is porous. So wood soaks things into it. It can expand and contract with temperature and with water and different materials like that. So I am also concerned about some of these people are using, 5 cans of Easy Off on something, 10 cans of Easy Off on a piece that they're working on, and just having those chemicals like leach into the piece of furniture. That seems like a red flag to me. Part of the reason that I find all of this so confusing is because many of the products that we use as furniture flippers are really safe. Usually we're using paints like Dixie Belt or Annie Sloan that have either no VOCs or have very low VOCs. So it seems like people who are flipping furniture are already conscious of their health in that way. They're wanting to use products that are safe. They have families. They do this inside, indoors. They want to be taking care of their body and not harming it. So then when I see people try this, it really feels to me like a situation in which someone tried it, they posted about it, it was a viral hack, and no one is like waving the red flag of like, oh my goodness, this could actually be really dangerous. The other thing I don't really understand is the environmental effects of this potentially. So that people are doing this outside and, washing it off into the, sewage system or the groundwater or washing it down the street or whatever, like that just seems really harmful regardless of what the chemical product is. There are very specific ways that we're supposed to dispose of different chemicals, and those might be different in your state or your city or your country, wherever you live, but it is part of our responsibility as people using these products to make sure that we dispose of them properly. So those are the reasons why I think it's a really dangerous idea to try and use oven cleaner on a piece of furniture. I think it's pretty ineffective. So maybe, yeah, it does strip off the finish, but most of the people I've seen try it had to use multiple cans, multiple coats, and there's other strippers that are like made and designed for wood that you also have to use multiple coats for. I just don't think that it's any easier or more effective. I also see that people want to use it because it's a spray, but there are other spray strippers on the market that are for wood furniture. So Citristrip has a spray, and later this month, I am going to be testing out a product that I guarantee you have not heard of yet that is making safe, effective, antique finish remover. If you're not already subscribed, you're going to want to subscribe right now, because later this month, I'm going to do a comparison with a new stripper that is supposed to be quick and safe and clean and easy to use. And it's in a spray form and has passed all sorts of regulations about safety. You're going to want to subscribe so you can see that video and that you don't miss it. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I'm overreacting? Do you think that this is dangerous? Again, I'm not here to call anybody out, but I just hope that we can put an end to this. So please subscribe, please comment on this video, please give it a thumbs up so that YouTube shows it to more people. Share it with people so that they can look into this information as well and at least are aware of some of the potential hazards of using a product like this before they decide to try it as just like a fun DIY. I don't want to see a DIY gone wrong. Thank you for watching. I know this was a lot and maybe kind of came out of left field, but I just had to say something. I care about your safety, I care about you, I care about this community, and I really hope to see that this trend ends. So I hope you all have a safe and happy new year, and I will see you at the next flip. Thanks.